Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, friends, enemies, and comrades, I hope you're doing well. This is Kenyan Revolution. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're doing well. Karibu, 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 karibu. Get in, get in. I might not say long, but it depends. Just depends how things go. But I just want to stress on this point today. I don't know. And maybe I might want to hear your views, those who will be listening. Is this a fake revolution by Gen Zs? Are the Gen Zs being duped? Are the Gen Zs, these protesters, majority of them, who are angry, rightfully, justifiably so, are they being duped? By all indications, I think something's not right. Something's not right with this movement. This movement, I know some people are saying it might be hijacked. There's a good possibility that it has been hijacked. But when you look closely at it, I think something is not right. Karibu keep. Taweka link. Ngoja kidogo. I'll put the link in just in a second. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, the first order of business before I get started, I'll put the link. I see Captain is here. Kip. Before I do invite people in to give me their views, let me start by reminding you the first order of business is to like the video. Like the video. And if you haven't subscribed, this video is showing up on your timeline and you're wondering who this is. My name is Kenyan Revolutionary. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Put your notification on so that every time I come in, you can always join me here and we can have a discussion. As you can see, Captain has joined us today and many more that are watching in silence somewhere there. Please subscribe. We're about to get started, okay? Okay. Now, let me start by reading something very, 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 very interesting. Actually, let me start with Wamuchomba. Wamuchomba said something that we need to interrogate, okay? Wamuchomba. Gadhoni Wamuchomba. Please subscribe, share, like, comment. Let's get in. I'm giving you guys a few minutes to get in before I get started. Or maybe I'll just go ahead and post the video. For those of you who will come in late, you can always have a replay. You can watch it on repeat. And make sure you still subscribe, like, comment, and do all the good stuff. All right? Okay. Let me start. I will go for a rant for the first 10 minutes. Then I will let everybody in so that you can hear their view. I know Captain is on the comment section. Can't wait to get in and give me his view or his train of thought. Let's start with Wamuchomba. Then I'll go to somebody else. Let's get started. All right. Now, even before I start that, the first focus of this mandamano by Gen Zs was to reject what? The finance bill. They were saying reject finance bill in its entirety. Reject the finance bill in its entirety. That was the focus. Then once that was kind of done, which it was not even actually rejected, the focus turned into Ruto must go. And that is the focus now. Ruto must go. Ruto must go. But now the focus is not Ruto must go. The focus is let's occupy sijui wapi MAOH Mara sijui let's occupy sijui this, let's go to CBD, let's do this, let's do that, let's do this, let's go sit in Thika Road, let's go sit. We are losing focus, ladies and gentlemen, brothers, sisters, friends, and comrades. While we go to the streets and scream Ruto must go, there's nothing that is being done to actually give Ruto sleepless nights. He's not worried about Gen Z anymore because there's enough infiltrators. And I told you, while these protests are going on, something very interesting is happening at the National Assembly, at the legislative body, arm of government. There are some laws that are being passed that are very similar, are actually part of the NADCO proposals that Azimio and Kenya Kwanza sat down at Bomas and agreed upon. These proposals were rejected and were considered unconstitutional by the High Court. But these two political coalitions still moved it to Parliament and say that they should pass it to make it law, not respecting the High Court's pronouncement on it, naming it unconstitutional. But something eerily similar right now seems to be happening at the legislative body. These laws are being passed. The first one I've been mentioning was the IBC Amendment law. And I asked here, what part of the law are they amending? And why are they not consulting public participation? The public we should be debating this. They should get a consensus, a general consensus, if we are going to be happy with those amendments or not. But no, we did not have public participation, at least a substantive one. Okay? But this law is going to be signed tomorrow by Ruto. Karibu James. I'll put the link in a few minutes. Let me start with Wamuchomba. The reason why I'm saying Gen Zs, you're being duped while you go to the streets and shout Ruto must go. Ruto is comfortable knowing that he's going nowhere. He's working with the financiers of these protests, along with the opposition, and he's using these protests to pass laws that he agreed upon with the Azimio coalition, which is the NADCO report. Let's get started with Wamuchomba. Wamuchomba said something in her tweets, in her Twitter page. Then I'll come back to the amendment bill. Let's get started. We shall waste no time. I'll bring you in. Don't worry, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, friends, enemies, and comrades. Don't worry. I've got you. I've got you. Usijali. Niko na wewe. I'm your political dietitian. Karibu sana. Karibu sana. Like, share, comment, and do all the good stuff. Let's see it from Wamuchomba.
Hi, good people. I am back, and today I just want to talk about the process of stopping the finance bill as the president pronounced himself. Yes, the president pronounced himself, and not only did he pronounce himself, but also wrote a communique to Parliament through the Speaker of the National Assembly. And that communique clearly stated that he would have loved us to delete every clause of that proposed bill. That communique was acted upon because the committee in charge, that is the relevant committee, is supposed to sit and do exactly that. So for those who have been asking me, what is the status of that proposed finance bill, I think I can conclusively say, even if it took 21 days or 41 days or 7 days or 14 days, that is as well as done. However, the president only rejected the finance bill, but assented and signed the Appropriations Bill 2024. Mimi nimesoma economics at the university level, and I know budget making process involves expenditure and revenue. There are two columns and they must balance. So we dwelt more on finance bill, which is a revenue raising measure. But we never touched much on expenditure column. So what is this that Treasury had proposed to spend on? Why were we planning to raise the 300+ billions? Why were we pushing so much to raise that much money? It is because already there was an expenditure schedule that was already shared. Unfortunately, in Parliament, we always use a lot of time and energy to discuss taxation, raising measures, but we don't go through budget expenditure column to go through every column, every item of that expenses, so that we know what is it that the president wants to spend on these roads, how much, which roads, which county, which constituency, which ward. We don't dwell much on those items, and one wonders why. So anyway, the president signed his expenses, and we cannot change those expenses through TikTok or through X Spaces. No, we can only go to Parliament. If we really want to drop some of his expenditure, we either wait for the supplementary budget making process and amend, or repeal the law that he signed in State House, which is the easier shortcut. Supplementary budget making process will come in 2-3 months to come. We can wait. Or go to Parliament and attempt to repeal, which is a bit more complicated process because you have to raise a certain quorum. So either way, the president has the mandate to spend money. Whatever sources of money he will raise, whether he will take a loan or he will sell our assets or whatever he shall do, he already has express constitutional permission to spend. So when he told us that he's going to drop confidential budget item, he's going to drop money being used to run the 47 state-owned enterprises and agencies. When he told us he's going to stop funding the office of the First Lady and the Second Lady and the Prime Cabinet spouse, that already is in the law that he signed. So for him to drop that is another process. So that's where we are.
Unaona vile Mwamchomba ametufungua macho? Unaona vile ametufungua macho hapo? Unaona vile aki tunachezwa kuchezwa. We are being played. We are being played. Kabisa, 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 kabisa. Hii ndio mchezo inaendelea hapa, mchezo wa town. Hey, karibu G from SMG. Ukipewa bunduki na Matiangi yuko mbele yako, utafanya nini, Kenya Rebel? Nitaenda jela. Good question. But anyway, let's not lose focus. G from SMG, karibu sana, like the video, subscribe. What I want to impress upon you is this. Wamuchomba is exposing how Ruto anatucheza. Sisi unakumbuka wakina nani Boniface Mwangi Hanifa wanatuambia we are winning because we are forcing these people, we are forcing the president. He has now come back. Zakayo ameshuka na tusikia, and the parliamentarians are passing laws. We are forcing them to pass laws that we want. No, they are not. She has explained it. Finance bill bado itapita vile iko. Hata in fact the Molo MP Kimani sijui nani who sponsored that bill talked about it today. Nani anaitwa nani? The second one, the appropriation bill. Remember when Ruto went and stood there and told us that okay, we shall cut some expenditures. Zile expenditures sijui zao zinaenda kwa mabibi zetu, sijui expenditure ambao zinaenda wapi, tutakata hizo. Meanwhile, he's saying that knowing very well the appropriation bill, which is budget basically, imeshapitwa, lawfully imepitwa, which means appropriation bill ni ile bill inaonyesha budget, our expenditures, ile pesa tunahitaji vile pale tutatoa pesa na pale tutatumia pesa. Appropriation bill is where we are going to spend our money. Vile explain, finance bill is a tax raising measure That is the law that gives us the government the permission to tax us and to tax us from what sector of income are they going to tax us, okay? Hiyo sio budget, hiyo ni tu ile tax paying measure. Na bado in 21 days it will pass. Hiyo ni number 1. Alituambia ati hata yaka sahihi, so ameirudisha huko kwa bunge. Knowing very well hiyo kitu bado itapass. Hiyo ni strike 1. Strike 2, appropriation bill. Ile budget yetu pale tutatumia pesa. That is where it's new. Unaona? Ishasainiwa, imepita. Which means the president lawfully has been approved a budget of whatever trillion he was asking. So akikuja kituambia ati sijui ile pesa atutapeleka pesa tupatie bibi ya Musavali, atutapatia pesa bibi yangu, sijui atutapatia pesa sijui wapi with cut. It's nonsense because he has lawfully, he can still spend that money because it has been approved. So whether mkikataa kumpatia through the tax raising measure, he can borrow and still use it. Mnasikia? So ni mchezo, anakuja nawaambia kitu moja, but through the law, ndio maana nawaambia hivi, while you're protesting, NADCO na mambo mengine yanaendelea hapo kwa ninio, kwa legislative body, wanapisha maninio. Now, let's go to IBC Amendment Bill. Twende, nitawaonyesha very quickly. You know, you thought I was the only one person who was talking about this. Waikwa alisema hii kitu and he's a lawyer. Let me show you very quickly. Can you pay attention? Like this video. Na wafungua macho ndio mjue mnachezwa. Sasa zile nyinyi mnaenda maandamano mnatumiwa mrukeruke huko mkisema Ruto must go. Na the majority of the people who are financing this thing, hao ni majamaa ambao they are working with the president and the opposition. Na wanaleta NADCO inapitishwa. Lakini nyinyi mnasema Ruto must go. Ndio maana niliwaambia hivi, if they are serious, if the people, the leaderless, the whatever, if they are serious about removing Ruto, you don't say ati twendeni tukasimame CBD tupige makelele alafu rudi. Ruto atawaacha mwende CBD every Tuesday and Wednesday. Hata toka. Lakini ukitaka Ruto atoke, march to the state house. Utaona akitoka. March to the state house. Nakwambia utaona atatoka. Na atatoka mbio. But listen to me. Wacha nionyeshe the amendment bill ambayo inaenda kupitishwa kesho. Let me show you this very quickly. Some changes that they made. Let me show you very quickly. Subscribe, nakwambia subscribe. Kama vijana nafungua macho hapa ni kufungua na macho, and I'll put the link and I'll let you guys get in so you can be part of the conversation, okay? Nitaweka link in a minute after showing you this. I will show you guys in a few minutes. Let me just show you this really quick. Mko ready? Aya. Let me go to I retweeted on my page. Like the video. Nitawaingiza. Let me show you this about the amendment bill. And I said it yesterday and the day before. I said it. What are they going to change? Let's see. Let me show you really quick. While I do that, please like, share, comment, and do all that good stuff, okay? Twende. Can you guys see the screen? Can you see the screen, ladies and gentlemen? If you're wondering where I'm getting this document, this is a piece of the legislation. It is also posted at Waikwa. And it's on my page. You can go check Kenya Revolution page. You can follow me on my page. You can see it there. Utaona your documentation. I hope you can read it from the screen here. Here is what Waikwa aliandikwa. Waikwa, by the way, he's a lawyer. Okay? And he's, okay, I think he's a constitutional lawyer if I'm not wrong. But anyway, here is what he posted. Like the video, ladies and gentlemen. Tunaingia. Aya. Anasema hivi. One problem with the IBC bill or amendment bill is that it gives undue dominance to political actors in choosing IBC selection panel members. Remember, the selection panel members are the ones who are going to choose the actual IBC commissioners, okay? But anyway, I can play that video kidogo we are educating ourselves here, sindio? Aya, lakini ngojeni kidogo. Let's just follow with me. I say it again, one problem with the IBC amendment bill is that it gives undue dominance to political actors in choosing IBC selection panel members. 5 out of 9 directly or indirectly chosen by political actors. At some point, this will be to be corrected. Okay, this part of the NADCO evolves. This is part of NADCO evolves. Uni Waikwa anasema hivi, part of NADCO. I don't know who NADCO. I know Waikwa from Twitter. I don't know him personally. I said this. I say this, niliwachezea ile video ya nani, video ya huyu jamaa Opio Wandai akisema hii IBC ninio, hii mambo ya IBC, it was part of NADCO. There were 9 proposals. That is one. Wanataka 8 more to be passed. Now, here let's get to the nitty-gritty of it. Hapa ndio zimeandikwa. Mnaona hapo? It has a lawyerly legislative language if you want to see, if you want to read it. Okay. Tuisome haraka hata kama tutaelewa tutaisoma. Can you guys see the screen? Can you see the screen? This is part of the bill that is going to be signed to law tomorrow by Ruto. Okay? Na nyinyi mnafurahia, yeah, we are forcing Ruto to sign the IBC bill. Yeah, we are winning. We don't need to remove Ruto. He's doing what we want. Zakayo ameshuka. Hey, munaletewa NADCO ambao mlikataa. NADCO was the ninio. NADCO was the BBI. Munaletewa Government of National Unity. I told you this. In 2027, Ruto will not go home if you don't remove him through popular revolution. In 2027, we shall have a Government of National Unity. BBI, something similar to what is happening in South Africa right now. Niliwambia, munafikiri ni jokes. Nilisema. Listen to them, Nino. Listen to me very carefully, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters. Okay, I may highlight. Go watch it. It's on my page, or you can go to Waikwa. Waikwa is a lawyer, I believe, and an author. By deleting subparagraph 2 and substituting, therefore, the following new subparagraph, the selection panel shall consist of A, 2 persons nominated by Parliament Service Commission representing the majority party of coalition parties and the minority party or coalition parties. Basically, Azimio and Kenya Kwanza. You're listening to me. NADCO was not a national ninio. It was not the people who are being represented, because the only lawful arm of government that is supposed to represent the people, that legally, constitutionally can speak for the people, is the legislative body. NADCO was an agreement between Azimio and Kenya Kwanza, and they operated outside of parliament. The decision they were making was at Bomas, and they had a couple of panelists there, including Kalonzo Musyoka, who is not a member of legislative body. Okay, they were discussing that at MOBA, and they were given 100 million plus Kenyan taxpayers' money to come up with this NADCO proposal, which was an illegality in itself. The High Court already ruled that NADCO was an illegality. But listen to that paragraph again. Listen to that paragraph again. I will read it to you. Kizungu, I'll break it down. Like and subscribe. I'm a politician. Again, I will start there. The selection panel shall consist of 2 persons nominated by Parliamentary PSC, which is Parliamentary Service Commission, representing the majority party or coalition of parties and the minority party or coalition of parties, Azimio and Kenya Kwanza, in not so many words. 3 persons nominated by a political party's liaison committee, of whom 1 shall be from a party other than a parliamentary party or coalition of party. 2, 1 shall be from a parliamentary party or coalition of parties forming the national government. Okay. 3, 1 shall be from a parliamentary party or coalition of parties not forming the national government. It can be Musyoka. 1 person nominated by the Law Society of Kenya. B, 1 person nominated by the Institute of Certified Public Accounts of Kenya. And E, 2 persons nominated by the Interreligious Council of Kenya. Then subsection 2, by inserting the following new subparagraphs immediately after subparagraph 2B, the respective nomination bodies shall select the nominees for appointment. You see what I'm saying? Basically, what I'm trying to emphasize on is this. Azimio and Kenya Kwanza, being the biggest coalitions in the parliament, one being majority, one being minority, will have a lot of influence into picking up who the next commissioners are. Remember, these guys already sat down, walishakubaliana, wakaandika chini, wakasema wewe utachukua prime minister, wewe utachukua kuwa sijui nini, tutaninio na tutaleta referendum na hiyo referendum tutaipitisha. They've already made this ninio, which is not reflective of the people of Kenya, because the only place that they need to discuss this was Parliament, and they have to consult us through public participation. Whenever these people want to pass something that is not with the people, they never have public participation. That's why I asked them, why didn't they have public participation about the amendment bill, IBC Amendment bill? Let me open the chat. Let me open. Wacha niwaekee nini, mkitaka kuingia muingie. Mtu yote ataka kuingia ingie. I'll put the link up, and I put the link up. Sawa. Nawekea link ndio easy. Link ndio hiyo basi. Haya. Ingieni. Are you guys ready? For anyone who wants to come in. Ndio maana nawaambia hii ninio yetu this our movement, my friend. Hii movement yetu hii ya dinio hii ya Gen Z. While we want Ruto out, hii kitu inatumiwa ndio watumie kuleta Ruto, kuleta NADCO. NADCO inaletwa. Nyinyi mnapigania NADCO lakini hamjui. If the focus is not on removing Ruto through a popular revolution, just know that you're bringing NADCO back. Munaileta. Haya. There's the ninio link hapo kwa ninio kwa studio. Link hapo kwa chat if you want to get in, turn on your camera, ingia, niambie vile unaniambia. Come on in. Yasi. Haliwich wig. Haya, ndio hiyo. Ingia kwa studio if you want to. Ndio hiyo imefunguliwa. Ndio nimewambia. Kesho it will be signed into law. So you tell me what you think about that. I'll be here. I'm waiting. Kama mtu yote atakwambia. So what I'm trying to say is this. It is the same trick that has been always used by the people who pretend to be the leaders or the de facto leaders of any movement. We saw this with the Azimio folks. Azimio walienda kwa maandamano ikaanza polepole, they were not gaining traction, alafu wakaleta wakina Maina Njenga, then they started gaining traction, wakaanza kufanya vitu, they started getting traction. Then because they were being told I'm feeling it. Listen to me. After the maandamano ya Azimio, tusingie Gen Z bado, wacha niwaambie nianze na Azimio. When Azimio went to the streets, their number one focus was to remove Ruto. Walisema ati sijui they'll gather sijui how many signatures, alafu sijui wakatuambia ati sijui nini. Yani ilikuwa story mingi, but the whole point was baba atafika huko ikulu, si ndio? Wakaenda maandamano ikaanza, story ikaanza ati sijui sasa ni cost of living, okay? Ikaanza cost of living, sijui mara sijui server ifunguliwe, mara sijui nini. Alafu tukashikwa na butaa, watu wakawachwa kwa mataa. Sasa ikageuka baba anaenda AUC. Na wakakubaliana na NADCO. Wakaenda wakakaa chini. Baba anaenda AUC, Africa Union. Sasa si ikulu, baba aendi ikulu, baba anaenda AUC. Kusema tupoe. Sasa now it's not Ruto must go, Ruto ameiba. No. Baba anaenda AUC, NADCO ndio hiyo wameenda. Haya. This time tumeingia Gen Z. Si ndio tumeingia Gen Z? Haya, tukaingia Gen Z. Gen Z ilianza vizuri. Reject finance bill. Yeah, finance bill. I was with you. I'm still with you. Haya, finance bill Ruto akatucheza, tukakasirika. Tukasema, kumbe huyu jamaa ametucheza. Sasa Ruto must go. Si wameua Rex na wakaua wengine 41 people. Haya, tutoe hawa jamaa. So Ruto must go. Ikaendelea, Ruto must go. Tukaenda tukaoccupy parliament vizuri, tukawaeka baridi. Everyone became bold. Yeah? So the next ninio, vile watu waliuliwa, akasema the next one is the State House. Ndio? State House. Ikulu, mpaka tufike ikulu. Tukaitio majeshi hapo. Haya. It didn't work out. Sasa tukasema to regroup. Before we regroup, sijui wakina Otero, Sama, sijui ndio nani, Khalifa, Khalifa, Mwangi na sijui Hanifa wakaanza kusema, hey guys, let's not go to State House. Tuendeni tu CBD hapo, tupige makelele hapo CBD. That will be good enough. Everywhere. Watu wakarudi. Remember, the focus was Ruto must go. Bado tunarimba Ruto must go. Aya, concert ndio hiyo imeitishwa hapo Uhuru Park. Let's remember the people who died. Respectfully, yes, we remember them. Tukaenda tukakuwa na concerts, watu wakaimba. Aya, Sabasaba ndio hiyo imeisha. Sasa the next move is we shall occupy sijui MOH. Sasa ni ku-occupy. You see what I'm saying? Pole mnatolewa. It's no longer about Ruto must go. Ndio hiyo ndio kitu tunaimba tukienda kwa studio, tukienda kwa ninio kwa in the streets, Ruto must go. But lengo si kutoa Ruto anymore. Meanwhile, hizi bills za NADCO zinapitishwa kwa parliament, lakini nyinyi mnafikiri hizi bills wanazipitisha, they are listening to us because wanapitisha hizi bills, lakini hizi bills ni za NADCO. Hizi ni za NADCO. They're listening to us. Kumbe ni NADCO ndio hiyo inaingia. I'll tell you another bill ambayo ni niyo. Sifuna, Kalwale and Ledama, they supported that bill ya niyo. Inaitwaje? Conflict of interest bill. Which means MC or CS, MP, whatever the case is, can start a business na employ family yake, wapate tender ya serikali, and they will go nowhere. Wakaanza kushikwa, wakaanza kujifanya, you guys haven't read the bill. You guys haven't. Yeah. Munachezwa, munapelekwa, naambia. It's the same thing. They're using your anger and they're banking on your ignorance to further their agenda. Wewe unaenda kwa street unapiga Ruto must go. Let's go see maandamano ya kesho. Tuone what it is about. I'm telling you, if it is not about going to State House and removing Ruto, just know you are working towards bringing in NADCO. Kesho utaona Ruto. I had sijui anaenda KICC sijui to sign that amendment bill ya IBC. You'll hear him. Kwa speech yake atasema hivi. I bet you, write it down. Atasema hivi. I had the calls of our young people and more majority of Kenyans to constitute a new IBC. So we made amendments and we passed this law for the sake of the people who are complaining about the ninio. Alafu utaanza kusikia the prayer machine. Utasikia wakina Hanifa, Boniface Mwangi na hao wengine utaanza kuwasikia. You see the president ameshuka, anatusikia. Unaona? Tulisema tunataka IBC ndio hiyo tumepewa. Na kumbe mnaleta NADCO. Unafikiri unaleta IBC, kumbe mnaleta NADCO. Focus should be remove Ruto must go. Hiyo ndio focus. There's no if and about it. Ruto must go. That is the focus. See, mchezo sijui IBC sijui. Ruto will not be removed if he has a hand in picking up who the IBC is. IBC ndio referee wa mechi. Haizi toka. Na unaona hapo wapshanunua kina Sifuna pia wanaanza kuleta hizo law zao zinawasaidia hao wenyewe. Ledama. Ndio maana nawaambia. Nobody is deleting anyone. I miss sijaona nini yako Mason. I haven't seen your comments. I'm reading. I haven't news sijatoa kid. Yeah? Sija delete comment ya mtu. Wewe sijui unasema nini. But anyway, like I was saying, hii kitu nyinyi mnaenda kuprotest. That's why I asked you guys, who is behind the financing of this maandamano? There lies the answer. John Mwangi, Boniface Mwangi aliulizwa jana kwa TV akauliza, who's behind this? It was my money and my friend's money. Alafu akasema, but don't be, you're focusing on the wrong things. Nini akaanza kuchange story. Unaona vile anaenda change speed, aka change story. If you find out who's financing this maandamano, hapo ndio utaielewa. Nikawaambia, I'm not blaming majority of the young people. The young people, majority of Gen Zs who are in the streets, they are going there thinking that they want to remove Ruto and bring a better Kenya, government of accountability. And they're doing so with passion. Lakini, the same way watu wa Azimio walitumiwa, wakaanza kupigiwa kona hivi, supporters of Azimio, the same way, that's how they will also deal with Gen Z. Story imeanza kugeuka sasa. Watakwambia occupy sijui CS sijui agriculture. Let's occupy sijui CS ya renewal. Let's occupying that office will not do anything. Ruto hajafukuza Linturi. Linturi is corrupt. Why is Linturi still a CS? Unafikiri ukienda occupy office yake utamfukuza? Sina atachukua helicopter aende kwa nini kufanya kazi kuiba pesa kwa bedroom yake. You understand what I'm saying? John anamwambia Eric Omondi is obviously Azimio misleading people in the name of Gen Z. Yes. Mimi naambia. Yes, Calvin, I agree with you. Calvin Kireta anasema nothing like Nadco, just face Ruto. Yes. Ndio naambia hivi, in 6 months you'll have a 40-year-old Azimio guy leading 200 people calling himself the leader of Gen Z. Yes. I'm telling you. Ruto na Azimio wanatucheza. Both of them are playing us. Go listen to this ninio hizi ma experts watu wanaongea. Go listen to them. It is lamentation, which is fine. I see hakuna ubaya kwa having experts and having a discussion about how we want to improve our country. But we do understand that the common enemy number 1 in Kenya is William Samoei Ruto, and he needs to be removed. Any conversation besides removing Ruto is not going to work. Easy mchezo ati sijui let's start with the MPs sijui nini. Easy ni mchezo ambao haita work. But the focus have been removed. Wanawacha mkienda kwa street mnapiga Ruto must go, 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 Ruto must go. Lakini nobody is marching towards State House to remove Ruto. Nyinyi mnafikiria ati mtaenda kutumia hawa maaninio, hawa ma MPs ati mtakuwa na IBC, alafu through this IBC we shall start impeaching them one by one. Let me ask you something. It is the very parliament, the very legislative body that were tasked with impeaching Linturi. What happened to that? Sinulisikia habari watu walipewa sijui milioni mbili. Linturi is still sitting pretty, enjoying his millions as the CS of agriculture. Sasa, are you depending on the very same MPs kama wakina Osoro ambao they are saying they are not sorry for passing the finance bill? The very MPs are telling you live they are not sorry. Hawa ndio nafikiri utaenda kwa impeach. Ati utawarecall. Nyinyi mnacheza. Mnafikiri hawa ndio wataimpeach Ruto? Hawa ndio watarepeat Ruto? Wilbon, I'm not underestimating anybody. Understand what I'm saying? I want you to hear me out, Miss Mary. I'm not underestimating the power and determination of Gen Z. I think they are too brilliant. They are brilliant, but here it is. The movement is slowly being coalesced and moved away from the main focus, which was to remove Ruto. The focus now is shifting into something else. They are gradually removing you from the original intention of the protests. It is being done methodologically. Pole. Mnatolewa pole. While you're screaming Ruto must go, in reality Ruto is not going anywhere because you're not focusing in trying to remove him. You're focusing on people who are not going to help you in the process of removing him. I just read you that process here, IBC, the amendment bill. I read it to you. Guess who's going to have a say in choosing the commissioners? The very coalition who have agreed to form the next government. So even the Azimio folks will not vote to impeach Ruto. That's why I'm saying the only way to remove Ruto is to peacefully go ahead and remove him. Karibu Bernard. I have Bernard in here. Yes, Bernard. Go ahead, sir.
Hello.
Yes, sir. Go ahead. Unmute.
Sorry, I can't talk right now, but I'm in a noisy place. I'll wait.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, we'll wait for Bernard. Bernard ako kwa studio. Anybody else wants to come to the studio? Aingie tafadhali. Mnataka kuingia. Ay. Oh, shoot. Okay. Yes, if you want to get in, I'll put the link up. Join Bernard in the studio. Na muongee. Tell me, Gen Zs, are you being taken for a ride? Mnafikiri mtatoa nini? Because the focus seems to have been lost. The focus has been lost. People are talking about, there are people who are wameenda which is fine. They are protesting wameenda kulala huko kwa ofisi ya Nakumicha, which is fine. But all this stuff, I've just expressed and showed you how these guys, how Ruto is outplaying you. Is actually not even outplaying you. He's enjoy live. Jamaa anawaambia ati amereject finance bill na amejua vizuri hiyo kitu bado itapita in 21 days. Anawaambia ati sijui hizi ofisi ya sijui first lady itatolewa, pesa itaenda huko, sijui pesa itaenda kwa ofisi ya Musalia Mudavadi na bibi yake. But the appropriation bill is a law right now. Ishapitishwa kwamba pesa hiyo itatumiwa vile walisema itatumiwa. Na Mwamuchomba amewambia hapo hivyo. Budget ishapita. So the only problem he has is to allocate the money, which is not a problem to him. Mkikataa kupatia, because we will be using the finance bill the last year. Itaendelea finance bill last year. Na asipopata enough money to use it on Dorcas, Rigathi, Gachagua and nani Rachel, ataenda kwa China, ataenda kuimba China, hata ma IMF wampatie loan nyingine. Na wakishampatia loan nyingine ataitumia na nyinyi ndio mtalipa. Kwa sababu constitutionally mshampatia authority ya kutumia hiyo pesa. Appropriation bill imepita, it's law. Lakini yeye anakuja na waenjoy, anamwambia msijali, hiyo ni niyo tutakata hapo, hiyo pesa tutakata, tutapunguza hapa, sijui tutapunguza hivi because nimesikia kama mnalialia huko, tutapunguza. Even Murkomen, who said was arrested for spending $160 million huko Dubai. Yeah, anatuambia ati sijui lifestyle bill, sijui audit bill. Mnaona hii mchezo inachezwa? Even the people in the opposition, wakina Sifuna, who I thought were stand-up people, Ledama, wanakuja na bili yao sijui. Hey. That's why I'm saying the same way the die-hard Azimio fans were misled into thinking that Baba ataenda Ikulu na tatoa Ruto is the same way the financiers of this protest who are urging on these young folks, using their plight, their anger, their vigor, wind the streets to show how mad they are. Then they'll pretend to be, let's fix this, let's fix it. Okay, mulienda mkachoma ninio, muliingia parliament mkachoma. We've had you. We are scared now. Let's pass some laws. Na guess ile laws watapitisha. Nadco. Sasa wewe uliingia kwa maandamano ukifikiria the aim ni kutoa Ruto, ukajipata mara kidogo umeenda kulala kwa ofisi ya Nakumicha, sijui ya Linturi, sijui uko Thika Road, sijui nini, mtazungushwa tu hivi vile uliona watu Azimio walizungushwa. And at the end of the day 2027 ndio hiyo. And I hear people say, okay, register and vote, register, which is fine. I'm not against register and vote. Let me tell you, I keep on telling you that it is not the people who vote who decide the winner of an election. It is the people who count the vote. IBC. Those are the... Stalin alijua hii kitu kitambo in 1930s and 20s. Alituambia hiyo kitu kitambo. Wale ambao wana count hiyo vote, those are the people who will decide the election. Wataleta Chebukati, I'm just using the name Chebukati. Wataweka Chebukati hapo, Chebukati aseme Ruto won. Na mtaenda mpigane kwa nini? Ruto atatoa majeshi, achape watu aseme constitutionally nilishinda. Iko nini? Iko nini? Bunacheza. Alafu tutakuwa na national government. Tutaona opposition wataingia hapo watasema, listen. Watachagua leader mmoja hapo waseme, okay, they'll sit down, national government of unity. We have to have an inclusive government. In fact, this is the same language they used when Daisy used it when they were talking about in NADCO. Inclusivity. Walete watu wa opposition hapo waingie chama, wakuwa sijui leader of opposition, sijui nini. Then we shall have an inclusive government. Na mtapoa. Look at what's happening in South Africa. Jacob Zuma won. Jacob Zuma alishinda. He won. Wakaeka sijui wakadanganya hii wakamnyang'anya tu hivi. Sasa unasikia wanasema huyu jamaa ambao wako hapo hivyo National Government of National Unity, GNU. Enda kasikie. Enda. Hii ni mchezo inachezwa kila pahali. Why did those Congress people from United States came to that finance kuangalia finance bill? Let me connect the dots. For those of you who use in US, unakumbuka what happened in January 6th? Do you know who was behind that? Nyinyi mko mnafikiria ati ni watu wa Trump. Si mko mnafikiria hivyo? Mimi, don't take me to this rabbit hole. It's very deep. Rabbit hole iko deep. Musinipeleke huko. Musinipeleke. Tafadhali. Hebu tuone. Gen Z don't have a plan. Let's be honest, it's just noise now. Okay, Mary Wilborn. Hey, Jonah, nice to see you. Sijakuona for a while. Mary saying, no, as much as predators such as Boniface Mwangi are now organizing performance by celebrities, trust me, the young Gen Zs are way too smart. Okay, they might be. I'm not taking anything away from them. I'm actually trying to remind them, and I want them to be aware that this might be what is happening to them while they're unsuspecting. So I hope they know that. They know and they focus on Ruto being removed and not any other shenanigans, okay? Mason Sanders is saying, Gen Z are overestimating themselves, thinking they are very smart. That is their downfall. Okay, D is saying, okay, so IBC decides the winner, but to what avail? That guy is sick, man. Yeah, it's Biden people. Okay, hey, D. Hey. Don't take me to that rabbit hole. It's something that Kanchori said in his tweet. I would like to read it for the next experts that you guys are going to host. If any of you influencers who are involved in these protests, organizing or whatever the case, watch this. I think what Kanchori said was helpful. Can be helpful for because these experts unaenda kwa hiyo experts mtu anapiga anatoa spends 30 minutes just listening to himself. But let me just read something that he said that really I kind of like it. It was a way that can help next time we have an experts, our kina Nyakundi or whatever the case is, if they're going to host if you're going to have a discussion about the way forward. These are the factors that maybe Gen Zs need to consider. Where is it? Let me just find it right now. Then I'll read it very quickly. It's short. It will help watu kuona vile mambo iko. Let me see. James Bogo. Where is it? Saitaba. Okay, right here. I'm ready. Let me put it on the screen so you guys can see. So this is what I'm trying to say to you. Hii ni mchezo wa town. A lot of people behind this movement, and just like I say, Wakina Boniface, I do not trust them. I do not, absolutely not. Anyway, this is what Saitabao Ole Kanchori said, which I agree with. Remember, this is the guy who was exposing how the people within the Azimio folks kind of sabotage they made sure watu majamaa they lost the election or something like that. According to him, that's what he said. He has a book out. Go ahead and say Baba the Fifth. Anyway, this is what he said. I hope you can see the screen, ladies and gentlemen. I'll read it very quickly. So please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and all that good stuff. I'm Nini. All right. Mary Wilburn, of course, the Democrats organized Jan 6th. That's why all these cases against Trump are collapsing. Bang! Bang, bang, bang. To the money. To the money. We want to who hires the presidents of the large organization like IMF and World Bank? We'll get to that. We'll get to that. That's a heavy, heavy conversation there. Yeah, very heavy. To some look at it very quickly. Having attended inaugural SpaceX yesterday, hosted by Amerix and Nyakundi, here are my thoughts for future SpaceX engagements. Number one, set a clear agenda and stick to it. Okay. 2, have a balanced panel of key speakers representing opposite sides in the debate. 3, open plenary discussions after every few minutes. 4, set time limits for each speaker, 3 minutes max at a time. 5, set clear start and finish timelines. No one has the time to listen to people ranting and raving all night. 6, have a moderator. The host should not dominate the show in an endless monologue preaching to the converted. 7, social media following doesn't equate to substance and should not be a criteria for determining speaker selection or airtime. 8, take a post-event vote and have resolution passed at the forum. 9, let's not turn this important tool into a meaningless talk shop or an avenue for people to settle personal scores. 10, stay focused and stick to the main agenda. Avoid sideshows. We have one enemy and one objective. Ruto must go. That's the hashtag. That's what I'm saying. You know, anyway, Jonah anasema hivi, let me read what Jonah is saying. Jonah anasema, some people came here thinking you are pro Azimio, only to realize that you don't support either side. When you mentioned that some Azimio members are not fit for any government position, they got angry. Absolutely. They thought that's true. Very, very true. You just hit the nail in the head. They walikuwa nafikiri mimi ni Azimio utakuja kuwasaidia. No. Tukianza kuambiana ukweli mpaka tuambiane ukweli. Both sides of the aisle are corrupt. Majority of them, not all of them. Majority of them are corrupt. And we need to call them out. Si ati tunasema ati huyu ni nini kwa sababu ni mtu wetu, huyu sijui ni yule ni mtu wenu, so we can't touch on this. No. If Raila is corrupt, he's corrupt. If Ruto is corrupt, he's corrupt. If Uhuru is corrupt, he's corrupt. If Martha Karua is corrupt, she's corrupt. If tuambiane ukweli. And if you don't like the ukweli, that's fine. Me sita sugarcoat. I mean, it's kind of likes me. You know what? I can stand here and niende nikatafute job na Ruto. He'll give me money and I'll find some followers. You know, it's not about that. If we really want solutions to help this country, mpaka tuambiane ukweli. Raila is a con man. Amekon watu. Ruto is a thug, murderer. Name it. Same as Uhuru. They're all rotten. Both Azimio and Kenya Kwanza. So Gen Z was the bright light, the ray of light, of hope for Kenya. And it seems like wanapelekwa huku. And the focus ambayo ilikuwanga Ruto must go, because the focus was to ondoe Ruto, tukishaondoa Ruto na kabineti yake yote, tuweke a new government that shall look into everything that has happened in past, whether it's debt or mambo ingine, the historical injustices, na hizi the institutions that we have, and all the level of government, the 3 arms of government ambazo ziko ninio, tuisafishe, drain the swamp. So if you want to stay in your Azimio stuff, I'm telling you, kuna platform mingi that are pro Azimio, and there's some pro Ruto, Kenya Kwanza, UDA platforms that you can go there. And in fact, I like something that Alai said. As much as I don't like Alai politically, he said something really ninio. You know, if you want to have a dialogue, mpaka usikie mtu ambao is from a different ninio. Yes, even me, I'm Ruto must go bandwagon. Niko kwa hiyo bandwagon, hiyo gunia, hiyo rende, okay? But if you come here and tell me you want to give me reasons why Ruto should stay, I'm willing to listen to you. Nataka msikie point yako. We have to hear each other out, even if we don't agree. But what I cannot take, and I lost it yesterday when somebody told me that, what's his name? Matiang'i is a nice guy. Atukianza kuitaita Matiang'i what? I don't care. That's the whole point. But anyway, let's not lose focus. Let's go back to Nino. But good point, Jonah. You know, we have to be truthful. We have to be. We have to. Anyway, I have like 5 minutes left. I opened the new Nikona. People are not there, but it's fine. It's okay. I might as well, in 5 minutes before I leave. The point I was trying to make is this today. This movement, there's so much indication that this movement imeanza kupiga kona. While the young folks are going out there, passionate, pissed, ready to remove Ruto, wanapelekwa huku na pale. That's why I liken this movement with the Azimio movement. Remember? Watu Azimio walitoka Kibera wamekasirika. I'm not saying that Azimio is only in Kibera, but I'm just saying most of their followers who went to the maandamano, they believed Baba anaingia Ikulu. And Martha Karua was lying to them. Oh, nitaenda East African court, Supreme Court, court ya Supreme. No, in the jurisdiction of that court. But what ended up happening? And that's the biggest fight I had with Azimio folks. You know, I was telling them, hey, jamaa, mnaenjoliwa. Handshake inakuja. They were like, oh, Charlie, when him to UDA, Missy UDA, Missy Azimio. I'm not Azimio, I'm not UDA, I'm not Kenya Kwanza. I'm just telling you. Kutakuwa na handshake inakuja. Tukaona Raila na Museveni huko. Mara kidogo tunamwona na Obasanjo. Oh, mimi naenda AU. Ai! Story ya kwenda state house iliendaje? Ikulu. And that's what's happening right now with this same Gen Z. So Gen Z, I'm opening your eye so you can keep your eye on the ball, which is hashtag Ruto must go. Ruto mpaka tumtoe through popular revolution, peaceably marching to state house tumtoe. Anything short of that is shenanigans. Ni kukutoa tu kwa hiyo ni pole, mnatolewa tu pole. Meanwhile, pay attention to what kind of laws are they passing in parliament. All of them that are happening are NADCO report related stuff. Sasa mnapiga makelele kwa nini pale mna protest. All the NADCO stuff is being in a petition. And that's why I'm saying by 2027 we shall have a government of national unity. Angalia, watch the space. Ladies and gentlemen, I will not be here for long. Okay? I will not be here for long. Jonana Sema, I'm UDA, but keep the good fight. You open my eyes, the same things. Thank you. Yeah, who else? I'm never trust any politician. Good. Yes, never trust any politician. Never trust any politicians. Never. But the good thing though, up to yesterday that I must commend is finally Okia Omtata is receiving his flowers. Okia Wamatata. Okay, I'm honestly worried about his safety. Huyo jamaa may survive. I don't know how many accidents. Amepigwa na wakora. He's been roughed out by the police. I am genuinely worried for his safety. I hope Okia Omtata will be safe. Because that guy, vijana wamemwona wakasema, you are the guy. You've been standing up for us and you've never wavered. Hakuna mambo ya handshake, hakuna mambo ya nini. You've always stood up with the law, with the constitution. Ulisema that's your best friend. And that's the type of leader that we need. Si hawa watu kupiga makelele hapa sijui nini tialala tulolo cholo la na Ruto na hiyo jinga yake. No. We need an Okia Omtata. God, please protect Okia Omtata to be our next president. He is fit for that. Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, friends, enemies of comrades, this has been a wonderful. My name is Kenya Revolution. Please kabla hujaondoka hapa, please like this video. And if you haven't subscribed, you're wondering what I'm saying, hey, I have a ton of videos. Go back and watch them. Like all of them. Subscribe to all of them. Of course not. One indeed deserves his flowers. Yes, he deserves his flowers. Yes. So, like my video, like this video, subscribe, share, comment. Let these people see these videos Gen Z, I hope you see this video so you can think about the kind of laws that have been passed, especially the ones that's going to be ascended to. Yes, tomorrow. Now tuangaleni aje. I know you don't know AJ Banga. Google. Okay, I'll Google that and see who that is. AJ Banga. But yeah, again, like my video, subscribe, share, comment, like, and guys, I'll see you guys later. Thank you so much. Let me just shout out everybody. DD. Thank you so much for being here. Jonah, kama kawaida. Mary Wilborn, thank you for showing up. Who else? James Wood, Daniel Smith Muthuri, kama kawaida. Yasi, thank you. Mason Sanders, thank you. Calvin Kireta, thank you for joining me. JPJ, thank you. Who else? Oh my goodness. Nyote. Captain Kip, sorry, he probably left because I didn't put the link on time. But hey, thank you so much for watching, guys. This is Kenya Revolutionary. I'll see you guys later. Again, I implore you, like, share, comment, subscribe. And not only subscribe, put your notification on so every time I come in, you can always find me here. Thank you, and I'll see you guys later. Peace and blessings.